Hey everyone, my name's Jesus Gringo, and this video is titled, Aunt Bev is an absolute moron. Now, I love Mike Crawford and Mark Bederow, but they're just wrong on this. She's an incredibly stupid woman, so let me just put the cards on the table. Number one, I don't think there's another judge as dumb as her that would actually take both sides of an important issue, and both times her rulings are in complete contradiction, and both times they favor the prosecution. In the first trial, she said it was clear Massachusetts law that only a medical doctor can testify to the cause of injury, and denied Karen the right to call that expert for not being a medical doctor. Now in trial two, she's allowing a dog trainer to testify about the cause of Officer John O'Keefe's injuries. You can't have a more diametrically opposed reasoning to say it's a clear law, yet in trial one, we're going to follow the law, and in trial two, we're not going to follow the law. Most judges, I'm guessing, without being a lawyer, would never be that stupid to take both sides of an issue in the same case. They might take it in different cases and hope nobody notices, but taking both sides of an issue in the same case, everyone immediately recognized that. Like only an absolute moron would do that. Moreover, I'm just a layman. Obviously, I don't know the law like Bederow, but I do understand that in 99.9% of cases, the fact the defense hires their expert is an important piece of information. They're paying the experts. There's an implicit bias. You know, they probably hire the same experts and they always get the results they want. So juries have to decide how much they want to weigh that evidence, knowing the defense paid for them. So Aunt Bev, in her demented little mind, is too idiotic to understand that this isn't one of those cases. In this case, the feds hired the experts and the report was finalized before the defense ever talked to them. So unless they can prove, the prosecution, that the report changed or the testimony changed, this is the biggest nothing burger in the history of jurisprudence. But again, she's an idiot. She's used to the fact defense pays experts bias. Defense pays experts bias. She is not a critical thinker. I'm a layman and I immediately understood, like, what are we even doing here? This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. They didn't hire him, they didn't commission the report, and they didn't talk to him until the report was done. She's too dumb to understand that. And on top of that, smart people don't go off half-cocked. She went off on Jackson, I think, when they were talking about the Dighton cop and the fact that he had only seen the tail light cracked, and then he started to bring up the 47 pieces. And she was like, when did he talk about the 47 pieces? Where's that in the transcript? Show me the line. Because she's an idiot. Everyone else watching immediately understood if he testifies that it's only cracked, then those 47 pieces can't come later. Jackson was no way insinuating in any universe that the Dighton cop had said that. She's that stupid. Like, she just jumps in, guns blazing, not realizing she's going to look like the jackass. The other recent case, when she started to jump down Jackson's throat over Lieutenant Fanning and his access to the jury, she's immediately like, you filed this motion, this sworn affidavit, when you knew he had no contact with the jury. Like, basically, like, I've got you in a perjury lie and I'm about to throw you off the case. That's what stupid people do. They play their cards too early. All she had to do was wait and listen to what Jackson had to say. As soon as he started talking, he's like, don't you remember the sidebar when we were told he's the commander of everything? And then her entire logic, her entire point is thrown out the window because she's a moron. She's not just corrupt. She's incredibly stupid. Like I said, if you want to leave a record that you're not the most biased judge in history, you're gonna rule sometimes with the just magnitude of lies that the prosecution has told, or the Brady violations, inverted video failed to be turned over. You're going to get at least one dressing down of the prosecution on the record. So when they say, all of your decisions went in favor of the prosecution, and even when it was shown Brennan was lying, you still did nothing. You still didn't dress him down, but you were dressing down the defense at every chance you get. A smart woman, a smart judge isn't going to do that. The time to take advantage and dress Spanky down was when he told the lie about the feds giving him the emails, not the defense. So she goes off in the huff like, I've got grave concerns. She comes back, and then he corrects the record. That was the time, if you're corrupt and smart, to dress him down, because he already on the record corrected himself. So there's no reason to sanction him. He's like, I made a mistake. So she could be like, listen, Mr. Brennan, this is unacceptable. You sat there for minutes telling me this one thing when it's the complete opposite. I can't just say that the defense needs to be honest. I need to hold you to account too. But she's not smart enough to do that. Not one time did she ever dress down their innumerable lies and malfeasance, because she's an idiot. She's leaving the clearest cut case of a biased judge simply from the decisions that contradict herself. First trial, it's law. Second trial, it's not a law. So either she lied in the first trial and made up a law to deny Karen her constitutional rights to put on the expert of her choice, or she's ignoring the law in the second trial. Either way, that's horrible. Do you know of any judge that would do that? Maybe a judge when he has two separate cases might issue contradictory rulings. That's not a discretion issue. Like, the judge gets to decide. She said it's clear, settled law. The expert cannot testify, not a doctor, and then she lets a dog trainer in. This is what's driving me crazy. And I got a small bone to pick with Bederow. I love the guy. His analysis is amazing. But he's the one who told us, don't worry, Hank Brennan's a respectable lawyer. He works for a great firm. He worked on Whitey Bulger's defense. So I went into this trusting Bederow's words that we weren't going to get another Lally and shenanigans, and it's been magnitudes worse. So why do I think Bederow did it? And I understand why. Lawyers are so sick of people being like, this guy's a scumbag because he represents scumbags. We wouldn't have a justice system if lawyers didn't represent scumbags. I do not hold that against Brennan at all. I hold against him that he's a liar, that he's smarmy, that he thinks the ends justify the means to try to put an innocent woman in prison so that he can probably become DA after Morrissey. We're kind of thinking that might be his goal. That's why I don't like him. And I went into this thinking he was a good guy because Bederow vouched for him. So what I'm saying is, if you don't actually know if he's a good guy, don't vouch for him. If you don't actually know, that's kind of a lie. Like, you didn't really know. You just knew he worked for a respectable firm, but you didn't know if he was a scumbag or a good guy, but you vouched for him. So that's my issue. We cannot continue to bring a knife to a gunfight. Brennan keeps calling them liars in open court, and they're like bending over backwards to be like, Brennan is this honest guy. You know, maybe it's a mistake. They cite 11 lies, but they call him, I think, mistake. No, he's calling you liars. Call him a liar. Bederow, call her corrupt. Call her stupid. Like, lawyers are the people that really understand the justice system. We rely on you to tell us, you know, kind of what's kosher and not kosher. This woman is not just corrupt. She's an absolute moron, and I just proved it. Anyway, I want to stress, I love Mike Crawford and I love Bederow, but I disagree 1,000% that Aunt Bev is smart. She's an absolute moron, and I think I more than adequately proved my case. If you like the video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, and I'll see you in the next one coming from Mexico City. Thanks for watching.